For real. Good afternoon. Truly. Now look, I'm gonna be honest. Do I particularly care about the fast break set? Look at me being late to my own stream. How on brand, truly. So very on brand for me. I got Tom Gugliotta today. I don't know if he really plays necessarily. Like, I'm not sure exactly what his role is on the team or if he fits any type of role, period. But I got him, so that's what's up. I mean, does he play over, like, Cam Whitmore or something? I'm not really sure, to be honest. Regardless, we're here to talk about the fast break set. Look at Tom Gugliotta. He's kind of fire, honestly. Like, he's probably better as a power forward, realistically. 70 speed's not half bad. I don't know. Maybe I run him over Jabari for a little bit. I'm not really sure. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I'm going to... Wait, what's Jabari's three-point rating? Is it a 75? That's a 78. It's not so bad. What up, Arcades? How you doing, man? I'm going to play some Unlimited today. Not really excited for it. I really need to get Julius Randle just for, like, reasons. But, so, we got a new fast break card today, which is the whole point that I'm even streaming. Is it an exciting one? No. We got Alvin Adams. It requires you to get a double-double. Not the most exciting set of parameters, but easy enough. Now, as far as Alvin Adams goes, he's actually not half bad. Like, realistically, are you going to be using him for anything? I would say probably not. But if you really look at the card, not really terrible. Like 6'9", a little bit small at the power forward, certainly. Can't shoot the three-pointer at all, but he does have a cash mid-range. He's got Brook Lopez base, which I haven't used this year, but I've seen a lot of people stroke with Anton Jameson, so I don't think it's quite as bad as the past couple of years, which is good. He's got a 92 block shot tendency as well, in addition to an 80 interior defense, which is relatively solid. He's a passing big, too. Like, the 42 perimeter is not great for someone being 6'9", though. But he is a good rebounder. He's got relatively decent speed. It's just hard to look at anyone as having solid speed. What up, Scotty? Hey, man. How you doing? I'm doing okay. How you holding up? We're in kind of the situation right now. Yeah, I mean, getting a double-double is relatively easy. You can do it in, like, any of the games. But Alvin Adams, not half bad, but the reality is none of these cards are really good. Like, Bingo is an excellent defensive shooting guard, but that jump shot is just, like, cannot get the hang of it. I don't know. I think it might be the LeBron upper, honestly. Like, I think that's the main issue for me. He does look like pimpin'-ass Orlando from the first season of The Wire, too. Like, like, I don't, dude, just Google Orlando, The Wire, and I swear to God he looks just like him. Like, it's actually crazy. I didn't realize this was the case. It just kind of, like, stuck in my head. But he really does look like Orlando. I think it was Wendell Orlando Blocker. But, like, tell me he does not look like Orlando, dude. This is crazy, man. Like, obviously he doesn't have the same hair, but, yo, it's the face that's crazy. On the improved this end, mate, been a crazy last few months, but things are getting back to normal. That's good. You right. Dude, Bingo, Diamond Bingo from 2K21 was the man. Rick Mahorn sucks. I use him in, like, triple threat for fun. Bingo kind of sucks. Alvin Adams kind of sucks, but whatever. You know what? We'll do a little tester on Alvin Adams, dude. Also got Tom Gugliotta. We also got some new cooking cards today. Nothing of note here. Like, Seth Curry's got a good release, as per usual, and can definitely score the basketball. But a 78 ball handle, which is low for what he's bringing you, and 57 perimeter defense, which is probably some of the worst perimeter defense we've seen from, like, I don't know, like a promo card this year. Only 70 speed, too, like, low lateral quickness. It's just not really that good. Like, he's not it, straight up. But, I mean, he can't shoot the ball, so he's kind of similar to, like, a Craig Hodges with, like, a better release, realistically. Which is, in and of itself, okay. Elton Brand, honestly, 6'9", Duke alum. Shout out to him. I mean, he's an interior big, but he's 6'9". He's actually not all that different from Alvin Adams, honestly. Like, just looking at them, there's not a whole lot of difference here. The difference really being Elton Brand's slightly better defender and rebounder. Slightly faster, but they're basically the same player. And then Chris Mullin. I haven't used Chris Mullin, but judging from everybody talking about it on Twitter, he doesn't look to be that much better than Kyle Korver. He looks to be better from, like, a statistical standpoint, but when it comes to the jump shot, apparently it's worse. Apparently he moves worse. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to speak on that He's got an 80 pass intercept tendency, which is already better than anything Kyle Korver does from a defensive standpoint. But I haven't used his jump shot yet, and I haven't messed around with him, period. So I'm not going to say one way or the other if he's better than Korver, if he's even worth picking up. I personally don't think he's worth 70,000 MT, though. Like, regardless, I do not believe that to be the case. So the cards today were kind of a dud, all things considered. We also got some new cards coming tomorrow. They already announced those. They've been announcing those like hella early. Tomorrow we got Chandler Parsons, which he does make the All-Kardashian team. If you know, you know. That's kind of crazy. Chandler Parsons sneaking in there as like a dark horse candidate. Like, you just look at the rest of the men that the Kardashians dated from an NBA perspective. Yeah, Chandler Parsons sticks out a little bit. Not quite as much as Chris Humphries, though. Like, Chandler Parsons at least had like a couple years being pretty decent. Chris Humphries, I don't know about him, man. Brook Lopez, he's going to be decent. Somebody said he was like a Shaq stopper. Stop it. Like, stop it. Relax, dude. Brook Lopez is going to have like 45 speed. You need to chill out, for real. He's going to be able to stretch the floor, and he would be decent had Shaq not existed. Like, straight away. Shaq and AD, they don't exist. Yeah, Brook Lopez is probably pretty okay. Then Latrell Sprewell, who should be relatively solid as well. Brook and Latrell are both rubies. They'll be 70K each. I just don't think at a loaded position where there's so many other options, it's really worth picking up Latrell Sprewell at the 2 guard. That's just my own personal opinion, though. Oh, I'm going to talk about the Dame trade quite a bit. Yeah, I was a fan of the Bingo. Yeah, Bingo across. He was good, dude. 2K21 Diamond Bingo. He was like my favorite shooting guard, probably for the whole year. I used him for a long period of time. Good show the wire I saw years ago. Shit. Let's get it. I actually caught a live stream. I missed the last few. Yeah, man. Shout out to you for being here. So, yeah, Brook Lopez is going to be like slightly better defensive Bargnani, basically. Dang, so it looks like Steph going to be more than what I was hoping for. I mean, I figured he'd be 500 to 800K MT. I mean, that was like my original assumption, and looks like it's pretty correct. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I mean, we're getting... it's 210,000 for just the rubies alone. So, I mean, it's probably sitting somewhere between that, like, ballpark range that we talked about anyway. So, yeah, let's talk NBA trades for a second. Oh, boy, what a doozy. Okay. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Dame to the Bucks out of literally nowhere. Like, nobody saw that coming. Like, at all. I personally didn't. I know there was a lot of talks about, like, the Bulls and the Raptors over the past 48 hours, but yeah, I'm a Bulls fan. Like, I recognize that, like, Bulls fandom is delusional. They will always think that there's a chance we're going to get whatever hot player is on the market, and history will tell you that that never is the case. Like, we never get the hot player on the market. That just doesn't happen. Like, see 2010 if you want more information on that, because if you talk to Bulls fans in 2010, yeah, we were getting the entirety of the big three to pair with Derrick Rose, and let me tell you, that didn't happen. Obviously, we know that. So I didn't really have any hope, and honestly, Dame doesn't really... I think Dame puts us in a bit in contention if everyone can stay healthy, like if we were to have gotten him. I think, like, as a point guard, we need a point guard that's like our one Achilles heel, but then our defense is horrendous, so I don't know. But, like, realistically, Alvin Adams, let's go. Big dunks. Does Dame move the needle for the Bucks? Yes. Obviously, dude. Anybody who says that... Oh, man, I've seen the weirdest takes on Twitter today. Like, people talking about, oh, man, they're going to be missing Drew Holiday. Like, Drew Holiday does more than people think. I'm like, yo, you're bugging out, because the fucking fact about it, the easiest way to beat the Bucks is just to run the Miami Heat wall on Giannis, because the rest of their shooting core is so inconsistent, Drew Holiday included. And Chris Middleton's been hurt. So all you could do is wall up Giannis, really, and without, like, a primary ball handler, because Drew Holiday's okay, but he's not really great in a primary ball handler role, and he's more of a defensive 3-and-D, but even his shooting has been inconsistent, right? And his playmaking's been relatively inconsistent, too. Now you're trading that off, and you're taking a defensive hit, but at the same time, Brook Lopez is still a very competent rim protector, right? Giannis is Giannis. He's still literally one of the best, if not the best defensive player in the entire NBA, right? You still got Middleton, who's a very solid defender as well. Like, no, their team is fire, and you're adding the one thing that they didn't have before, which is consistent playmaking and three-point shooting. So anybody who says that they got worse, which I've seen that take online over the past, like, couple hours, like, oh, people don't realize, like, they're going to be worse because they don't have Drew Holiday. I like Drew Holiday, but you're bugging, dog. You are absolutely bugging. Damian Lillard is literally the thing that they need. Like, you cannot wall up Giannis when you have Damian Lillard on the perimeter. It's not possible because you got someone who's one of the premier three-point shooters in the league, can finish as well and facilitate. Dog, you're tripping. Damian Lillard is a top-tier point guard in the league. How does that not make them better? I don't understand. Like, Drew Holiday's pretty solid, but, like, you're tripping if you think that doesn't make them better. Yeah, Miami fans saying we'll be fine. It's hilarious. Like, and I think a lot of the people who are saying that are Miami fans in general trying to cope because I think they're like, well, you know, we're gonna go trade for Drew Holiday, so we actually got the better end of the deal. Like, you're bugging, dude. I mean, yeah, they're gonna miss Drew's defense to a certain extent, but my point really is I think they'll miss Drew's defense less than they'll enjoy Damian Lillard's ability to stretch the floor and make Giannis's life easier. Because the Bucks were like a one-dimensional offense that you could actually stop. Now, I'm not sure that you really can, barring injuries, especially if Chris Middleton's healthy. If Chris Middleton's healthy, you got two pure shooters. Oh, man, it's over for them, dude. And Giannis is still such a top-tier defender that I'm sure their defense will still be anchored and fine as long as he's injured. Or, not injured, but as long as he's not injured. Like, the POA defense from Drew Holiday is not equal to the immense offensive boost that Damian Lillard brings you. Not even because of Damian Lillard himself necessarily. That's the other thing, too. Like, Dame is a very good offensive player, obviously, but the other secondary thing that he does is he opens the floor up so much more for Giannis and is going to provide more open looks for Chris Middleton as well, in addition to Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis. So it's just kind of like the team offensively is going to gel significantly more, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. Granted, I am from the Chicagoland area, and I always chose to go to Milwaukee games growing up, pretty much my whole life, because the United Center has always been ridiculously, criminally expensive just to go, even when we were terrible. But now that is not an option anymore. I'm not going to be able to afford to go any Bucks games this year. Dude, it's not going to happen. Like, I haven't seen what their tickets are looking like, but I have to assume that they are relatively high, man, you know? Nice. All right. It's either Bucks or Celtics for Eastern. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if the Bucks have or the Celtics have anyone to really guard Damian Lillard. Like, I guess Jaylen Brown, but that's going to leave Chris Middleton quite a few opportunities. This is barring health, obviously, but Chris Middleton is going to have plenty of opportunities to stroke the ball because they're going to need to put someone else on Middleton, right? So, yeah, like it up. What up, Joey? How you doing? But hold on, let me pause this so I can read the comments. You guys been heating. We start talking NBA, all of a sudden I get a lot. Any thoughts on the Dame trade with your enjoyment of Bucks basketball? Yeah, boy, there we go. Trell, Sprewell should reduce the stats or coach boost gives you. Facts, dude. Let's talk about the most important move today. Warriors signing Rudy Gay. Hell yeah. That's actually a good signing for them. I mean, he comes out and plays 10 or 15 minutes a game as like a big body, small forward, power forward. Like, he's actually kind of good. He's still got a shooting touch, too. Poor Drew had to make that comment about being a Buck for life yesterday. I know, that's pain. Bulls never make any moves. No, we don't. We're afraid of them. I don't know what the deal is, but we're literally afraid of them. He moves the needle, but we're not going to, yeah. Miami fans on Twitter, the pick and pop with Giannis feels like it's tough to guard already and gives him something. Yeah, it's already tough to guard with Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, etc. Add Damian Lillard. Dame won a championship and he didn't have a chance in Portland. Absolutely not. He did not. And honestly, I'm not sure he had a chance in Miami either because they would have to give up too much to get him, and I'm not sure they would have the depth. They still have great rim protection too, so even if they don't get past POA, they run into two DPOY candidates. Agreed. And Bobby Portis is no slouch either. Like, Bobby Portis is a very good defender also. So they basically have three really solid rim protectors. What about Ayton to Portland? Will he be a factor? Ayton to Portland is an excellent move. So I haven't even gotten to talk about the Phoenix Suns aspect, and I'm going to probably ruffle some feathers with my takes on that for sure. Hold on. What up, BBM Baller? Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you so much, really. Agree with Joey. Get those likes up. Yep. I think it's going to be hard for the Bucks to stop the big three for Boston with KP pick and roll. Yeah, but that's barring KP staying healthy. Like, you know, he's been relatively healthy the last couple of years, but it's just a matter of that. If they're healthy, for sure. I mean, the real thing is Boston, like, the real problem, and Jared I think it was Jared. Yeah, Jared touched on it a little bit down in the comments there. The big problem about dealing with the Milwaukee Bucks at this point is kind of been the case for the past couple years, but I think it's more so the case now. Is you have to shoot well against them. That's the issue. If you are cold in a game against the Bucks, it's going to be damn near hopeless, right? Because they still have the interior presence to score consistently on you in the paint. And they can score from the mid-range. Like, they're a very multifaceted offensive team now. The problem for like a Boston Celtics is you're not going to be able to consistently get buckets in the paint against them with three really solid, obviously one multiple DPOY guy, Brook Lopez, who's been on DPOY level for a couple years now, and Bobby Portis, who's a very good rim protector. You got three of those guys, right? So it's going to be very, very difficult to score in the paint consistently. And if your three-point shots and your jump shots aren't hitting, it's going to be very difficult to outscore the Bucks, right? So that's kind of the thing. So a team like the Celtics, and we've seen them go into cold streaks quite a few times during the playoffs, as has every team. You know, it's not exactly crazy, but the Celtics aren't the greatest three-point shooting team. So it's going to be interesting. But you're right, like Kristaps is going to open up their offense quite a bit. But that leaves them extremely vulnerable on the defensive end, though, at the same time, because Kristaps is not a great rim protector. So he's decent, though. I think he gets a little more flack than he deserves. Like, he's a better rim protector than people give him credit for, but he's still not the greatest. What up, Jesse? Boston can score in the paint easy. They can, but I don't know. They had trouble scoring in the paint consistently against the Bucks last year, as is. But you could attribute some of that to Drew Holiday as well. Like, being on point of attack, you know, as a great defender. But I think another thing is people aren't really, like, Drew Holiday's slowing down. He's older. Like, he's not the greatest defender. I shouldn't say he's not the greatest defender. He's still a top-tier NBA defender, but he's not quite as good of a defender as he has been the past, like, few years, just because he's slowing down with age and injuries and such. So, but Bucks are a good team, and I'm being overly optimistic, mainly because I hate the Celtics so very much, so I just want to see them fail, really. And if that means the Bucks are going to triumph, then that's cool. And as annoying as Damian Lillard is, sometimes I do want to see him win a ring. Mainly despite Chris Paul, because that shit would be hilarious. I'm getting balled up by Rex Chapman right now. KP and Nurkic staying healthy as yes. Okay, so let's talk about the other two teams. Like, okay, so for the Blazers, let me go ahead and pull up the full trade report here in a second. All right. So let me pull up the full trade report. Give me 1 second here. All right. Sorry, I just got to find it. I'm looking for the full trade. I mean, there's a lot of fan cams right now, so finding like the full trade is going to be... Oh, and Dame had to go off and talk about casuals and shit, so now it's going to be even harder to find this, to find, like, the full trade breakdown. Oh, my God. All right, here we go. All right, so, obviously the Bucks received Damian Lillard. We talked about that ad nauseum. So let's talk about it from the Blazers' perspective. We got Drew Holiday, which they're not going to keep Drew Holiday. They're going to instantaneously trade him off, which is good because that gives them more value right off the bat. Like, they've actually got a pretty solid haul for Damian Lillard, not quite as good as if they maybe traded him a few years ago. But at this current moment, I think this is about as good of a haul as they possibly could have gotten. Would have been nice to see them get more first-round picks and more future value, but, you know, not terrible, all things considered, with Damian Lillard basically forcing his way out of Portland. It's not an awful trade package, right? They got Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday can get them significant value in return when they trade him, depending who they trade him to. If I was them, I wouldn't trade them to the Heat because the Heat really don't have anything to offer. You'd be better off trading Drew Holiday to a team that's still in contention but has some young pieces or possibly some picks. Just kind of depends. That would need a guard, someone desperate for a guard, especially a defensive-minded guard. So I think that's a W. They got Drew Holiday back because they can get some pretty solid value from him. DeAndre Ayton was a huge come-up for them, honestly. Like, I am not the biggest DeAndre Ayton guy, but at the same time, he's still 5th overall pick, or top 5 at least. I just don't remember where he got drafted, honestly. And I think DeAndre Ayton still got promise. I just think he was in a terrible system with Monty Williams, so I'm just interested to see what they're going to do with him. Because, I mean, if they let him play pretty consistently and open him up to having more of a role on Portland, like, we could actually see DeAndre Ayton kind of break out a little bit. He's a solid rim protector. He's a good rebounder. He's got a decent low shooting stroke. I'll be honest, I don't know anything about Tamani Kamara, so I'm not really sure who that is. So let me take a look. Who is he? So he was drafted in the second round. So he's just a second round pick. He's from Brussels, which is cool. 6'8" combo forward. He went to Georgia. I mean, whatever. A young piece. Maybe he plays well. Maybe he doesn't. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, right? A 2029 first round pick. I'm not sure what team that's from though. It just doesn't say. But I mean, either way, like I think the Suns will be a playoff team and the Bucks will obviously be a playoff team, barring something horrific happening. So it's not a high first round pick anyway. Oh, it's 2029. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that might actually work out pretty well. Especially if it's from the Suns. If it's from the Suns, that's actually going to work out super well because that's going to be like a very solid pick. Yo, Mercus, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I've just been rambling. Let me heart that. I appreciate you so much. Here we go. Let me read some comments before I go into. It's on Woj Twitter. I was thinking 3-team trade. Yeah. I'm very low on Ayton. Great offensive player, but I question the dog in him for sure. Yeah, but I think a change of scenery will be good for him. But maybe Portland isn't the best place for him. Celtics get Drew. It's a ring for sure. Yeah. If the Celtics get Drew, that would be huge for them, for sure. But also, I think it's really people don't realize, like, you know, losing Marcus Smart was really bad for them because not only was that like a fan favorite, but he is a POA defender. So I'm not sure if getting Drew Holiday really changes all that much for the Celtics because it's you know, he's better than Marcus Smart for sure, but he plays a similar role. I just don't know. Like, that's just something I'm not able to speak on because, like, I have no idea, truly. I'm getting cooked by fucking Rex Chapman. Anyways. So, Ayton, I'm, like, pretty high on. I think that was a good pickup for them. And then, like, we'll see what they get for Drew Holiday. That's going to be an interesting kind of change of pace, too. Like, I just want to see what exactly they're going to get for him before I speculate. Because if they get, like, a low first rounder or some stuff, like, that's a dub. I don't know who this young kid is, but any young players, like, regardless if they're second-round picks or not, especially if they're, like, prospect guys, like, getting them in a trade like that is cool. Like, they don't work out, whatever. He's a low cap hit. You just put him out there for a couple seasons, let him be shit. Like, it doesn't matter. The pick, I don't know who the pick is from. Regardless, it's a 2029 pick, so I think because of the ages of the teams and the volatility of the Phoenix Suns in general, 2029 first round pick could be huge. Like, it could be literally a top 4 pick, and it doesn't look to be protected. So who knows? Because, I mean, 2029's 6 years from now. Who knows what the teams are going to be looking like at that time? And then some pick swaps, and the pick swaps are cool. Pick swaps are always pretty tight. So I think Phoenix actually got, or not Phoenix, Portland got a pretty decent haul for what they gave up, honestly. Hopefully Dallas trades Powell and Kleber for Ayton. I think they're going to keep Ayton. I think the Trailblazers keep Ayton, personally. Drew is a big domino to fall. Who gets him? I mean, Miami is, like, very adamant that they want him. So I'm not really sure if it's going to be them. But dark horse candidates, the Celtics are definitely up there. I think, honestly, the Suns are kind of up there as well. I don't know why they would do that, but they've just been loading up on players. I don't know where Drew fits, though. Like, they would have to run a super small ball lineup, and I don't think they would do that. I've seen some floating ideas on Twitter, but I'm not sure. People are talking about the Lakers, too. I just don't think they have enough to give up to Portland for him. The Clippers don't have shit, so I just, like, don't really know where he would go. The Sixers, I've heard the Sixers talked about quite a bit, and I think the Sixers would be a good spot for him. They would really pop off with Drew Holiday. So I'm not really sure. I don't know what they could give up, though, at the end of the day to get Drew Holiday. I just don't know. What other teams? Name some teams that he would be good on. I'm not sure. Yeah, Blazers are 100. Why? You would, you know. You want to keep Ayton for this season alone because even if you plan on trading him, you let him go out there and ball out for a little bit, and then you trade him. Like, because right now his value is kind of low. Right now he's viewed as kind of like a bust, you know? You want to let him go hoop out there for a little bit, and then you want to, like, then you want to hoop. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Harden. Like, I really don't know. He's such a wild card at this time. Like, I just do not know what's going to happen to Harden. Like, I don't know if he's going to stay. I don't know if he's going to leave. Like, I just don't know, man. It's just weird. It's a weird situation. Trading Chris Paul for Drew Holiday? Yeah, I don't think that the Blazers would do that because you're getting way less value for Chris Paul than you would for Drew Holiday. So there's really no point, you know, unless you can finesse some stuff for the Warriors. Like, the Warriors dynasty is crumbling, right? Like, they're aging. I don't think they'll be very good for very long. So, I mean, if you're planning long term and maybe you trade Drew Holiday and you convince them to give you like some future assets for the inevitable downfall of the Golden State Warriors, then I think like that's not smart. Plus Chris Paul, you know, like that's not bad. You get some future assets and then you move Chris Paul to a contender for some more assets. Like, that's not bad. Yeah, Holiday would be perfect for the 76ers, honestly. He would be very good. It's still baffling that Tobias Harris is on that team. I mean, I know that with the contract and such, it's a little hard to get rid of him, but I just like forget Tobias Harris is in the league. I think that's the most regretful thing the 76ers have done. You can make the case that trading Jimmy away was pretty bad as well. That was pretty bad. But Tobias Harris is just like kind of baffling at the end of the day, you know? Good shot. I fear he goes to the Clippers. They were hungry for Harden. Drew's the next best available option. Honestly, the Clippers are just a terrible franchise, in my opinion. Like, I just don't think no matter what they do, it doesn't work for them, man. Like, it's just not going to happen. What up, Jordan? How you doing? Appreciate that. That's really cool. I don't know, man. Drew, Maxey, Embiid would be cracked. Yeah, that's a pretty good lineup for sure. For sure. And I mean, the things that I've seen, the trades are decent. But anyways, on to the Suns. Now, the Suns, I think, hot take. For sure, hot take. I don't like this move from the Suns. Hear me out as to why, right? Let me see what they gave up in pick compensation real quick. I'm not sure if they gave up anything. Let me check the Woj bomb here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Milwaukee gave up the picks. Okay, so that's actually, they just tweeted that. All right. So Milwaukee 2029 is not quite as bad as Phoenix giving up a pick. I figured it was Milwaukee, but I wasn't sure. You don't want to speculate until you see it. Swaps to 2028 and 2030 to the Blazers. That's a lot of draft capital, but you get a chance at another championship, so whatevs. Now, as far as what the Suns received, so the Suns obviously gave up DeAndre Ayton and whoever Tumami Kamara is. I don't think it really matters, though. And they did fill out their roster by getting Grayson Allen, Nazir Little, who he doesn't move the needle, but it is depth, I guess. Keon Johnson, who I think is okay. I'm actually not really low on Keon Johnson like some people are, but I'm also not quite as high as Keon Johnson as other people are. I think he's a good like rim attacking guard, but at the same time, you know, he's 6'3", so he's not really playing the small forward. And in my opinion, the last thing, granted it's depth, which young depth specifically, but I don't really think that helps the Suns all that much because they have a little bit too small of a team already. Whatever. And hot take of the century again, right off the bat, and I take your word for it, Arcades. Yeah, okay, yeah. Nurkic. Here's the thing about Yusuf Nurkic. I'm going to be honest. How much of an improvement on DeAndre Ayton is Yusuf Nurkic right now, let alone talking 1 or 2 years in the future, right now? I'm not sure he really is. One, Nurkic is literally never healthy. My man gets hurt all the time. Nurkic is not as good of a paint defender as Sun fans are making him sound on the internet. You would think they got primed Dwight Howard, the way I've seen Suns fans talk about Nurkic over the past, 3 hours. And I just think that hurts you long term, too, because DeAndre Ayton still has a lot of promise. Granted, he hasn't lived up to it yet. I just don't think I don't think Nurkic is better than DeAndre Ayton, in my opinion. Like, right off the bat, I really don't think that's the case. And he's obviously older. Like, how old is Nurkic at this point? I feel like he's been in the league for a while, but I feel like he came over, like, kind of young, too. Shout out to Nurkic for being Bosnian. Oh, he's only 29. I just feel like he's been here for a while. Oh, yeah, because he got drafted in 2014. And Nurkic has been solid. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Nurkic. I think Nurkic has been a very effective big man in the league, for sure. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with him, but he just has an issue playing games. I mean, in the last few years, 52 games played, 56, 37, 8. You know, it's been 5 years since he played majority of a season, and then he played 2 pretty good seasons, 2017 and 2018, and before that, he was hurt all the time, too. So I don't know, at the end of the day. I mean, and he's not like a great scorer either. I mean, he averages, between 11 and 17 for the past, 7 years. It's not terrible. Solid. Decent rebounder, for sure. Okay paint defender, pretty decent. But I just don't, in my opinion, dude. Yeah, you could make the case that he has a better mindset and grind set, but, is he going to make it through the season? Is he going to be available in the playoffs? I don't know. I forget that the Bulls drafted him, so I need to specify that I am a little bit of a hater because we drafted him and traded him immediately for no fucking reason. So, Suns got 3 guys who can get bullied in the post at center. Nurkic, Eubanks, and Bol. I'm very low, and the Suns look like the Nets 2.0. Yeah. I know you are. No. Keon might get waived or get 0 playing time. I think it's smart to play Keon in the very beginning of the season because he's only 21 years old, and if he does well, especially because he'll be able to score quite often next to Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, and then you can maybe flip him for a veteran player that'll help you a little bit more at the deadline. So I like that aspect of it. I think that's kind of smart. Because you flip him to a team that doesn't have a whole lot of hope because he looked like he showed promise. They give you a random veteran they had on the team. I can't think of one off the top of my head realistically. But you make a trade with I don't know, dude, who's a terrible team that needs some youth, fucking Wizards, the Bulls. I don't know, just someone like that. Flip him for maybe a veteran that you can use in the postseason or something. It's not a bad move. It's a small, inconsequential move, but not a terrible one. But dude, the Nurkic for DeAndre Ayton thing is just something that baffles me, truly. Because I think DeAndre Ayton would thrive in this current system with the team. I'm not saying he's good as prime Dwight Howard, but they have, a Dwight Howard-esque, Magic team at this point, So I think he could, with the right coaching, with the right renewed focus, could have, a very solid season. And DeAndre Ayton, if he even just gets a little bit better, is better than Nurkic. So I think it was a bad move, personally. Yeah, money dump. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, personally. And I understand they were probably over Ayton shit to a certain extent, but I just don't think it moves the needle for him, and I just think that was kind of But if they play with the players correctly, they do exactly what I talked about with Keon Johnson, let him kind of ball out in the early bit of the season because he's only 21 years old, flip him for a veteran that would help him at the trade deadline or something, to a team that's out of it that needs a youth, then that's pretty good. So there are positive spins for the Suns for sure. Jordan Poole for CP3, yeah. So there's options. They can finesse this a little bit to get a decent way. And I'll be honest, if Nurkic stays healthy, he's good for them, and I think that makes them better than them having Ayton. But that's a big if, and it's not likely to occur. Yeah, if they stay healthy, for sure. 100%. I know, and that's going to allow Middleton to not have to shoulder as much offensive load too, which is going to be really helpful for them as well. Because realistically, the last few years, it's just been Giannis and Middleton, from an offensive standpoint. Drew Holiday gets his shots in, Brook Lopez hits open threes, but Bobby Portis was kind of having to shoulder a large portion of the offense for a bit the past couple years, which is not good. Look at my boy over Sabonis. Bobby Jackson's cooking. I'm using Alvin Adams right now. He's kind of decent for like a Sapphire. I don't have anything negative to say about him, but he's like kind of okay, you know? So, really an exciting day of NBA basketball, truly. Like, I'm excited to watch the Bucks play with Dame because I think that's a matchup made in heaven. I'm actually really happy for Damian Lillard, to be honest, because I think that this situation is so much better than the Miami situation. Straight away. Like, I think that this is so much better of a situation for him than Miami. Like, yeah, he doesn't get to live in Miami and he has to live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin instead, which, you know, that sucks for sure. Yeah, he is a better team player. I guess my point is, I think DeAndre Ayton has the talent, and I think that he can get to be like the kind of player that Nurkic is from like a mentality standpoint fairly easily with new coaches. I mean, Monty Williams has always had an issue with this shit. You know what I mean? Not saying that DeAndre Ayton doesn't deserve to shoulder some of the blame, but it is like a thing, you know? Um, But yeah, it's so much better of a situation for Damian Lillard from both like a legacy perspective and from the ability to win perspective. Like everything is improved with this move. Like his chances at anything he wanted to do are better off going to the Bucks, right? Honestly, I think this helps his like national profile too to a certain extent. Like he plays with Giannis. Giannis is the golden boy of the league at the current moment. Like now he's playing with him. Like, oh yeah, the endorsement deals are gonna roll in. This is just altogether a better move for him. Wish went back in time to when the Nuggets chose Jokic over Nurkic and reversed that. uh yeah, that would that would be Dame would never be gone, you know, at that point. Well, yeah. I wish I could go back in time too, so I could tell the fucking Bulls to not draft Nurkic, like or keep him, because I feel like we wouldn't have got Vucevic at that point. Like, there's a lot of dominoes that fall there. I'm getting abused by Horace Grant. Kind of not chill. Get out of here, Mike Conley. Who's my triple threat lineup right now? I'm rocking Bobby Jackson, LaFonso Ellis, and Alvin Adams. Alvin Adams just because every time I grind for a new player, I feel like I have to use him. That shit out of here, Mike Conley. I'm getting abused by Horace Grant right now, though. Yeah, I don't want to imagine that because, like, well, I feel like we would have ruined him, honestly. I feel like he doesn't. I don't know. The Nuggets never really had a good track record with developing talent, actually, prior to Jokic. So, why was there a random Armenian nightclub owner just like on the floor with his phone out? Like, who let this paisley shirt motherfucker onto my court? Marcus Fizer. No, I don't think the Marcus Fizer one was bad because when you look at that draft, I really don't think there was anyone else that we could have drafted that really would have helped us at that point. So that's kind of my thing is like, aside from 2003, like 2000 to like 2008, the drafts were so terrible, like for basketball prospects. So it's just kind of like, I don't really care about what the Bulls did back then. Because, the draft is fucking terrible. Like, the 2000 NBA draft is horrendous. Like, so we got Marcus Fizer at the 4. The options realistically are Mike Miller, ew. Like, Jamal Crawford, who we had anyway, but we traded away for no reason whatsoever, so we're dumb as hell. Like, Jamal McGlure or Quentin Richardson or Hito Turkoglu, like... These are like the best. This might be the worst draft of all time. Michael Redd would have been good. Like Michael Redd would have been cool for sure. But we had actually 3 different opportunities to draft Michael Redd and passed up on him every single time. So, whatever. This is the worst draft of all time. I don't think it's particularly close, honestly. 2000 draft is the worst. No question. I used Tim Hardaway Ruby just because his jumper is so fast. Jordan Walsh and Keegan Murray. When 2K gives us a Jokic card, you should Photoshop his face on the card or to his 2K14 face scan. Marketing wasn't developed well with the Bulls. I'd count Jokic would be. True. But I guess my point is the Denver Nuggets have had a horrible track record of developing talent prior to Jokic. I just think that Jokic is so good that it just doesn't matter. Like, he was always going to be that good. But, yeah, I would agree with you that Marketing... But also, we didn't really give him time, though. We kind of let him go relatively... who's to say? But I feel like if we kept him, honestly, I don't know if he'd be quite as good, but I think he would be a very good piece for our team if we kept him. But then again, look at what we're doing to Patrick Williams. It's always a toss-up when it comes to the Bulls. Like, do they have an issue developing players, or are they the worst drafting team in the NBA? Honestly, it could go either way. Like, it's hard to really say one way or the other with them, dude. Like, I don't know. Kind of want to use, like, Byron Scott. I haven't got a chance to really use him. I'm going to mess around with him. I'm just messing around with some other cards. I just keep LaFonso Ellis and Bobby Jackson in there because those guys are constants and I can score with them. 6 wins away from Alonzo and TT offline. Man, I'm glad it's 100, not 250. 100 is bad enough, yeah. You forgot to discuss the most impactful Rudy Gay signing with the Warriors. He's such a Warriors-ass player. Like, that's such a Warriors signing, dude. It really is. That being said, you guys know I've always been super high on Rudy Gay. Like, since draft, I've been high on Rudy Gay. Like, this is, like, a thing that I get made fun of from, like, all my friends pretty consistently. This all stems from me using him for the Memphis Grizzlies in 2K. So... you know, I've just, like, loved him ever since. But I still think, like, for the Warriors, he is old and he's washed for sure. But if you give him, like, 10, 12 minutes a game, like, he can come through and still get you buckets, dog. I'm, like, pretty sold on this. Who just stole that? Vernon Maxwell? Alonzo is my bench center. Yeah, I would like Alonzo Mourning. Bad shot. Oh, good shot. Gay Warriors jersey's coming in week 1 if he makes the 15-man roster. I still think Rudy's got a little bit in him, dude. He can come through and play some defense. He's like a big body, you know. He could, yeah, whatever. I just don't want to let my boy Rudy Gay get kicked out the league, man. I fuck with him so hard, dude. It's my guy. I just don't want to see him gone, man. I'm actually upset that we never had him, like the Bulls. Like, I just feel like we've had every opportunity in the world to get Rudy Gay, even when he was, like, bad. We just never did. It's kind of like how we never had T-Mac, even though we had every opportunity to do so, literally his entire career. I will still forever hate Jerry Reinsdorf. Was it Reinsdorf? Was it? I don't remember. Whatever. I will forever hate our management for not trading Pippen for Tracy McGrady after the 98 NBA season. Like, I will never forgive them for that. That is literally... that's my dream come true. And also, I'll never forgive them because Scottie Pippen's a hater-ass little bitch now, so, like, I don't even care. But then I'd have to definitely hear about how LeBron's better than Jordan, so, because we don't win that 98 finals without Scottie Pippen. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Even though he kind of played like shit during that finals, it's still Scottie Pippen, though. Obviously, he helped us get there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tracy McGrady, though. Tracy McGrady learning from Michael Jordan. Oh, goddamn. How sick. About to get a new pair of underwear thinking of that alternative future, truly. Like, Tracy McGrady getting the Kobe treatment and learning from the GOAT. Oh, my God, bro. Like, imagine for a second. What a world we could have lived in. We had Andre Iguodala filling that 15th roster spot as a full-time podcaster this year, I believe. Rudy, yo, true. I just went to check Rudy Gay's stats, and I was like, what the fuck? He averaged 33 to 37 points for years. Who's his minutes? Nah, Rudy was pretty good. Like, he was a relatively good scorer. I was just, like, really high on him for some reason. I think it's because he's, like, a prototypical combo forward that I fuck with. So, like, obviously I was going to... Ricky Rubio is literally playing the toughest defense humanly possible on me. Byron Scott's honestly pissing me off. Okay, that's cool. Reinsdorf for sure. My ears are hurting with the Pippen slander. Yo, I love Pippen. You know this, but he's been pissing me off recently, and Pippen holds no candles to Tracy McGrady as far as my my heart goes. So, granted, you know, I also need to remind myself pretty often that, like, the Bulls were such a terribly ran organization that even if we had made that trade for Tracy McGrady, I have a sneaking suspicion we would have let him go in free agency like 3 years later because we didn't build a team around him. So I'm basically trading in a whole championship for 2 years of like a young-ass T-Mac. So, you know, something to think about. I swear to God, every time I'm on a hot streak, they build like the perfect team to fuck me up. Every time. And I magically can't green anymore. Come on. It's the whiskey talking with Pip and his vegan popcorn. True. Scottie Pippen heading out to Australia in a few weeks to hang out with Luke Longley. Hell yeah, that's sick. Come on. Oh, look at that. We're playing defense. Get out. Oh, my God, dude. I have fouled him on three straight jump shots. That's crazy. You going for Zoe? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to go for Brandon Roy, though, because I was looking, and the fact that I have to get Isaiah Ryder is what really made me think I'm not going to do this in 3 weeks. That means I have to play 50 co-op games. Like, damn, bro, you know? That's a lot. There we go. How good do you think that Tim Thomas is going to be this year? It depends on the jump shot, honestly. On current gen, he's going to be fire because they'll have LaMelo's base, and those jump shots really haven't changed all that much. That's the other thing about current gen is the jump shot timing is a lot different. It's more like what we're used to with the jump shots because they don't have pro play. So, because I was trying to explain on Twitch last night why people are liking current gen more than next gen, and that's part of the reason. There you go, LaFonso, good shot. No way. Very late is crazy. So it just kind of depends on jumper, really. Shot. Let me know. All right, bet. Yeah, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get as much done on all the other ones as I possibly can. Because I still need to earn a bunch of tokens and stuff, too. And Clutch Time Online is going to be a hellscape. I don't know if I really want to even do that. So that's a whole thing. And then Triple Threat Online isn't going to be a hellscape. It's one of the least sweaty modes, but I still have to get 50 wins. And even if I'm perfect and I win every one of my games, it's just kind of like, yo, that's a lot. So I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of time. Like it's going to be like 20 hours in game to get this shit done. I'm getting really tired of LaFonso Ellis making zero effort to go get the ball at any given time. Shoot that shit. Jared Vanderbilt, you got those? Jared Vanderbilt does not have those, bro. Get out of here. Yeah, they are looking like the best team in the NBA right now, for sure. For sure. Not even close. 50 Clutch Time Online wins, though? Hell nah. Yeah, I still have to do that. I think I have 4 wins, so I technically need to get 46. I think I have like 1 or 2 Triple Threat Online wins. I've played literally 1 or 2 games this year. I mean, dude, literally, like, what am I supposed to do against the CPU when they're shooting 64%, scoring 16 points in the paint? Like, the thing about the CPU is when they start abusing things that are meta, I get mad as hell because I'm just like, oh, okay, we're abusing just paint. We're just paint sitting hella hard, just abusing them. What's up, DJ? How you doing, man? How's Alvin Adams? He's actually not that bad. I wouldn't run him in like a multiplayer setting for sure, but like from like a versus the CPU setting, he was actually holding it down. He's like relatively fast for a Sapphire big man. He doesn't look 6'9". He looks a little bit bigger than that. Like 6'10", not like crazy bigger or anything. Oh my God, yep. Jesus Christ, I really lost. Living in Wisconsin, this is a monumental day. Oh, yeah, dude. All my homies from Wisconsin are fucking turnt right now, dude. They are all so excited. I love that for them. I'm happy for them, honestly. Like, I couldn't be more stoked for the Wisconsin homies, honestly. They're losing their fucking mind right now, and that's awesome. I mean, they need something. The Packers are fucking terrible, so, you know, they need a little pick-me-up. What do you need to get? Brandon Roy, I still need to get 55 fucking wins on All-Star and Triple Threat Offline. I still need 14. 14. That's actually not that bad. 14 Clutch Time Offline games. Doable for sure. I still need 2 token players. I still need to get Franz Wagner and Daryl Griffith. And then multiplayer, I still need to get 47 Clutch Time Online wins. 49. I think it's 50, right? Yeah. 49 Triple Threat Online wins. All of the Triple Threat Online co-op wins, because I have not played a single game. And I need to get about 1,500 more points in Unlimited. So basically, it's not looking good. That's why I'm focusing on getting just some of the reward cards like Alonzo Mourning, because like I will actually use him for things. Superstar CPU in clutch time feels like you're playing against the 17-18 Warriors. Dude, oh my god, I know. Can't believe Dame is a buck. Right. It's just a crazy situation when you really think about it. Like, it's nuts, man. Oh, and I've tried to turn off automatic ads, by the way, for YouTube, because they just told me, like, I'm running one. And it doesn't want to turn it off. I think they're, like, big on doing auto ads right now, so... Thankfully, I like the YouTube ad system a lot better than Twitch, because I feel like the Twitch ones are really invasive, right? You'll get hit with a minute straight of unskippable ads. But the YouTube ones, you know, even when you do get hit with them, sometimes they're only like 30 seconds or so. What the fuck was that? What's the best way to get XP for Kyrie? Dude, I don't know. I've been trying to figure that out myself. I've noticed playing Triple Threat offline, I've been getting a lot of XP and it doesn't take as much, but I think it's just because I'm playing multiple games, so it feels like I'm getting more XP, so I'm not really sure. Good shot. Double XP tokens and Dom, thank me later, fellas. Okay. Yeah, nice. I think the best way to get XP for Kyrie is to go play my career, right? Like, not even play my team at all. I'm pretty sure. I'm from Milwaukee, and I have such mixed feelings about the trade. Dude, honestly, I feel you being apprehensive because Drew Holiday is like a fan favorite, but what you guys gave up, I don't think was a lot. Like, I think to get Damian Lillard, you gave up about as little as you possibly could, honestly. Like, the pick swaps in the late 2020s will be rough, for sure. Especially, you know, because Giannis will be older. It'll be like the team's probably not going to be very good at that point. But, so that's going to hurt you long term. But if you can bring another chip in, fuck it, you know? Oh, okay. Alvin Adams. You know, it makes me mad that they never wear the correct socks. Like, it just irritates me. Like, I'm not trying to see them in these socks. Like, I need them in, like, traditional socks, you know? Good shot. Hell yeah. Use the XP coins, load both versions, and you'll get double XP coins. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I recommend always having a coin on because they expire each season. Yeah. I know, I used all mine playing unlimited the last, like, few streams, honestly. I need some more. I think I'm at like 25 or something. I've flowed through it the last few days. We need the old short shorts. Yeah, I just, the old jerseys. When you make custom jerseys, the fact that they won't let you like put era appropriate shorts on actually pisses me off. Maybe they did this year, but I don't think so. I would have seen them. But like, if I'm making custom jerseys, I should be able to put up like 1980 short shorts, right? I should. That's just how I feel about it. For sure. But the thing about Dame is like those are future problems, right? This is about the here and now. This is about winning in the next 2 years, you know? But if you win a championship in the next 2 years, do you really care about any of that? Really, at the end of the day? And if Giannis stays, because Giannis has been talking spicy like he might leave, like... So this kind of guarantees Giannis is going to stay around, and it guarantees a shot at a title, which you already had a shot at a title, but it guarantees that, like, now, you know, you're looking a lot more up for the challenge, you know? And it guarantees Giannis has to take on less of the load. I just think it's a really good move for them. Like, yeah, in the future, it's going to be rough with the cap hit and stuff, but really, at the end of the day, like, it's all going to come down to, do they win a chip? Like, do they win a chip with this? Because that's going to affect the way people think about this trade, obviously. The smoke mids jerseys with the short shorts would be sick. Hell yeah. Considering back at the short shorts days, I mean, that's all they had was mid. You've seen the High Times 1976 strain of the year? Those are the best. Is Dame going to like living in Milwaukee? No, he's probably not. But he just wants a championship at this point. So I don't really think he cares. Like, he's like, I can slum it here for a little bit. I don't give a shit. In the custom jerseys, there's an option for retro shorts. Yeah, but they're not like the type of short shorts I want. Like, I'm trying to... Like, I need them bad boys in, like, the Hoochie Mama shorts, dog. Like, do they have the option to get real low with it? Because I'm trying to be, like, shorts so low that a wiener could pop out, you know? Like, that's what my team needs, dude. I want Stockton shorts, yeah, for sure. I want shorts so small you can see if someone's circumcised or not. Like that's the kind of shorts my team needs. That's the energy we need. Oh, there we go. Dame's Mansion here is really nice. It's a riverfront. Yeah, Milwaukee actually has some nice property. It's like kind of a slept-on property situation. Not that low, then? No, 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 no. Yeah, if I can't tell if a player is cut or not, then I don't want him on my team, straight up. I need to take all the mystery work out. We're trying to get the ladies in the crowd, you know? Okay. Like, you think Wilt Chamberlain slept with 10,000 women because he had game? Sort of. You think it also was because every time a woman watched him play basketball, they could see his schmeat? Yes. That is exactly what it was. He actually talked about that in his book, as a matter of fact. So. Oh my God. Okay. No speculating on players' wiener sizes in the chat, please. But possibly. I don't know, he's hella wholesome, so that could go either way, really. He's super wholesome, honestly. That could go either way, truly. Some Jackie Moon shorts, 100%. I mean, she wears the pants in the relationship. I just don't understand how anyone can hate Giannis. I really don't. I don't get it, truly. Like, he's such a wholesome, nice person. Like, he's just chilling. And it's not like, because I feel like LeBron's like fake nice sometimes. Like, I feel like, same with Curry. I feel like Curry's fake nice as fuck. Like, I really do. But Giannis, I feel like he's just genuinely nice. He's just like a sweet little Greek boy who grew up super poor. So he's just like happy to be where he's at, you know? Drove to visit my sister in Chicago and almost took a wrong turn to Milwaukee. Heard it's nice but dangerous. No, it's not any worse than Chicago. I can say that with certainty. I mean, yeah, certain parts of the city aren't great for sure, but it's a much safer place than like Chicago, 100%. But just like Chicago, I mean, there's areas that are quote unquote dangerous, areas that are quote unquote not. Like a concert venue I go to all the time called The Rave is in one of the more dangerous parts of Milwaukee. Granted, that part of Milwaukee is being actively gentrified right now, so not quite as dangerous as it was like 10 years ago or so. But I've never had any issues there in the literal 15 years I've been going to concerts there. So I don't think it's quite as bad as people say. Oh, Aurora. Yeah, I don't think Milwaukee's worse than Aurora, dude. Honestly, I really don't, dude. Aurora's fucked, man. Yeah, Aurora's bad, man. There it is, Cash Money. Oh. Every city has bad parts, dude. Like, but then again, I have a unique view on it because obviously not only do I live in like the Chicagoland area, but like also in the town I grew up was literally top 10 in violent crime for like 15 years. So like, so it's just like I've grown up in these places. So I guess like things like Milwaukee don't like scare me. Like, I think once you've grown up in a place like this, especially when it comes to a place with like heavy amounts of gang violence, I think you realize pretty quickly that like it's not the ridiculous free-for-all that like weirdo suburbanites think it is. Like, you talk to like a weirdo suburbanite, they think if you're just like white in an area that's like gang related, you'll just get like murdered, and it's like not the case. Like, majority of people that are like in the streets like that, you would never know speaking to them. And they also are smart enough to avoid having the cops consistently control their places, so they're not going to go fuck with people that'll bring the cops to them directly. So just don't cross them most of the time, you know? Now, of course, like straight bullets are always an issue for sure, but we're in the U.S. You can get mass shot anywhere at any time at this point, so straight bullets don't exactly freak me out. You know, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Top 10? Yeah, we were number 2 for like 5 years, I think. The only city that was ahead of us was Flint. Flint was the only city ahead of us for about 10 years. Or about 5. About 5. It was like the early 2010s that this was happening. We've actually fallen out of the top 10 recently. Wasn't Dahmer from Milwaukee? Yes. Dahmer did all of his murderings at this building that's right across from the concert venue I always go to called The Rave. So look, also I go to The Rave pretty consistently. like as a concert venue. It's one of my favorite concert venues, period. So if you ever go there for a concert that sounds like something I listen to, holler at me on Twitter. There's a actually solid probability I might be there. So, oh, Memphis is getting out of hand. Memphis is getting really bad. Yeah, because it's violent crime per capita. So like you don't see huge cities coming up on there quite as bad because like the town I grew up in was like Chicago levels of violence, but it only had about 150,000 people. So like the per capita was fucking crazy on it. Same with like Flint, Michigan. Oh. But Memphis is up there. Aurora, I think, was on that list for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, Dahmer is from, I don't think he's from Milwaukee, but he did live there, yeah. Yeah, because my parents remember like when that shit was happening. Because like the place I grew up was like right on the border of Illinois and Wisconsin, so my parents remember like when that Dahmer shit was happening, and it was wild. It was wild, dude. Why am I getting just D'd up by Javon Carter? Really irritating. Good shot. That's because Ja Wick is there. Yeah, fucking Ja Morant, dude. I just don't know why Ja Morant just can't be. He just can't be content with being like before this started happening, near universally loved NBA superstar. Like that just wasn't enough for him. He had to also have street rap. It's so funny. Like, dude, what are you doing, Ja Morant? I talked about this a bunch too, but it's kind of like when YouTubers like just can't be content what they're doing, so they go and make music, you know? And like NBA players when they all wanted to be rappers in the 2000s for some reason. It's just once you do something and you become recognized for that thing, psychologically, you just want to do something else super bad. Like I don't know what it is. I think you've just been doing the same thing your whole life, so you just want to be recognized as something else. You always want what you can't have, you know? Same thing from like romantic relationships, especially if you've been like chasing around the same person for a long period of time. The minute you actually get it, you're not going to want it anymore. It's just like how it is. Hello from Manchester, UK, bro. You watched the final series? I did watch, dude, first day. Saw a lot of people hated it. I thought it was good. Okay. I thought it was a little rushed, though. I feel like they could have done a little bit more. Like, I thought for sure they were going to bring back the kid from Top Boy Series 1. So Top Boy Summer House. I thought they were going to do that. I think that would have been cool. Didn't like the lack of Aaron in the season. I feel like they could have done more with his character. I'm just, like, not really sure where he was at. I mean, I know they said he was, like, working or whatever, but him not even showing up was kind of whack, personally. I didn't really like that. Heat fumbled bad, yeah. But I like the ending. I thought the ending was pretty good. I don't really like what they did with the Irish, because it's just like they brought him in and then they were just gone really fast, which I guess is like semi-realistic sort of, but like, I don't know. I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that. That's just my own personal opinion, though. Oh, yeah, Alvin Adams. Oh. Fuck you, Rudy Tomanovich. Good shot. Bad shot. Q Garnett. There we go. Keegan Murray is a demon in salary cap. Did his salary cap get lowered? Because I've never seen anybody use that card, so I have to assume. Maybe I'll check the caps. I wonder if they got lowered at all. I bet they did. I haven't played salary cap because I really wish I would have like locked in to go for Brandon Roy earlier in the season, but I'm gonna get Oladipo. Yeah, that's something, right? There you go, Bobby. Oh, Bobby, come on, man. He has an 86.3 and pick and fade works beautifully. Okay, interesting. Steph is going to be insanely expensive. Yeah, he'll be 600K for sure. Yeah. In his grill. Oh my God, I'm getting hoed right now. Some NBA documentary I watched back in the day said all the Raptors wanted to be ball players and all the ball players wanted to be rappers. It has held true many years later. Yeah, it really has. I mean, it's slowed down quite a bit. It's not quite as bad as it used to be in like the 2000s. Because back then, every NBA superstar put out like a rap project for some reason. Like, I don't know what the hell that was. Like, even my man Tony Parker was out here putting up mixtapes. Like, Like it's just kind of crazy when you think about it. I can't think of that really happening in any other sports. I mean, back in the 80s, like a bunch of NFL players wanted to be baseball players. Like that happened. Like Dion, fucking Bo Jackson. Like that was pretty prevalent back then as well. Two sport athletes were a lot more prevalent. But then, yeah, something happened in the late 90s. I personally attribute, Jesus Christ. I attribute it to the explosion of bad boy records. Now, hear me out. This is why. Because I think after Biggie died, Puffy turned Bad Boy Records into like more of a pop rap record label. And I think what he showed to a lot of people was you do not have to be hard and you do not have to be skilled to make it in the rap game. And I think to a certain extent, Master P and No Limit also did the same thing. So I think what that showed a bunch of NBA players is like, oh, I don't have to be like street or lyrically gifted to make rap music. I can just make rap music, right? So I think that's where it came from. That's my own personal opinion on it. I need a PG for salary cap suggestions. I don't know. Does that sound accurate? I think that sounds pretty smart. I think it sounds pretty good. I like my theory personally, and I'm sure somebody else has had that theory. So Nick Van Exel is only 400. You run him with the Posey duo. That's only 800 total salary for you. That's pretty good. If you're looking for a bench one, I love Bobby Jackson. Like I'm super high on Bobby Jackson. They boosted up Deladova to 1400, which sucks. Charlie Ward's really good for 700. He's just not going to create for you. So if you're using like a shooting guard that's going to create, that's probably your best bet there because he plays like lockdown defense. Other than that, there's not a lot of really good point guards at this point. Honestly, I would say Jordan Clarkson if he actually played point guard because he moves really, really well. But yeah, the point guard position's really rough. That's like all I can really say. I like the theory. Nice. That would be the best possible option for you. Let's check the player market and see if there's anyone that really sticks out to me. I got all the level up ones. Eric Snow's 1400. That's just kind of like ridiculous. There's my boy Sam Vincent out here. I forgot about him. 66 3-point shot, not bringing anything else either. I still haven't gotten Kristaps yet. Whatever, I'll get to him eventually. Let's take a look. Have any of these guys come down in price? No, they've actually only gone up. The Mirage guys, we talked about those. What about Mo Williams? What's he sitting at cap-wise? 1,800. Not enough people are using Mo Williams for him to be 1,800. Like, I stand firm on that. I think Damon Jones is pretty good. I see Damon Jones a lot. What's his cap hit? 300. Not terrible. Looking at the 2K day guys, like I think John Stockton's only like, oh, he's 2,300 now. That's crazy. Wow, 2,300 is nutty. I didn't expect him to be that expensive. Yeah, I think that's really your only option are the guys that I talked about just now. Gus Williams goes to work for me in cap. Yeah, what's his cap hit? Forgot what set he's from. He's from a Legendary Path set, right? Just can't remember. It's from one of these sets. I just like don't remember. It was pre-Craig Hodges, I believe. Gus Williams cap hit is not... Oh, 900 for Gus Williams? Yeah, that's actually really good. That's a really good cap hit for him. Gus Williams is probably a good option, honestly. The way they do salary cap prices is so trash. I agree. Malone stock duo? Hell yeah. You sleeping on World Be Free? No, World Be Free is fire, but the cap hit between him and Dawkins is pretty heavy, so it's like hard to really recommend it. How am I getting matched up with John Starks, bro? You give me a Sapphire and a Ruby to play against, I'm rocking a Gold, an Emerald, and a Sapphire. Like, disrespectful as hell. They really want to see me lose out here. I'm just going to paint sit on Horace Grant. I don't give a fuck. Bring it, stupid. Good defense. Yup. Yup. Yerp. Give me a screen. Big Fonzo. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Lightning quick. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the Malone stock duo is definitely in effect for sure. I hate that animation, dude. It's like you lightly tap the right stick. I actually hate that the right stick is so sensitive this year when it comes to steals. Because like if you tap it on accident while you're playing defense, which is pretty natural in my opinion, like it'll literally send you flying. Like watch here. See? It puts me completely out of rhythm, sends me flying, ends up causing me to get scored on quite a bit. It's very irritating. Ray for Alston, I know about your crimes. I really hope they change that at some point this year. They knew that when they had salary cap mode in 2018 or whatever, that it was a bad way to do it. Well, here's the thing. The reason they do it like that is because it rewards people for spending money. Like, that's what it is. Like, and it's unlikely to change. Because, like, the more expensive cards that a lot of people don't have, like, you know, those cards are easier for salary cap mode. They're lower and stuff. I got an offensive interference. My God. Yeah, it runs by, and it happens in online modes all the time. I get scored on by that pretty confidently 3 to 4 times per game, probably, doing that. Because, like, it's just you lightly tap it, and then it's over for you. Get over here, John Starks. Oh, my God. There we go. Good D. Thankfully, they can't score either, but I'm having a rough time for sure. I hate that. It takes them so long to get out of the paint, too. It's just like, dude. Guys, come on. Can we do something of positive note here? Give me a screen, give me a screen, give me a screen. Damn, dude. The CPU defense rotates so well. Like, I should have open shots, and then they're just like, nah. John Starks is awesome. He was good in the early game for me all year. Yeah, I mean, he's really annoying, too. Oh, if my defense played even half as well as the CPU's defense does, I would be in such a good place right now. There we go. I mean, dude, I can't score on this squad. There we go. Oh, my God, I hate y'all. For real, I really do. I was about to get an open dunk, man. Whatever. Yeah, so as far as the trade goes today, man, I love it personally. Like, I love it for the Bucks. I think it's not the greatest move for the Suns, but like we talked about, like if they take the pieces that they receive and deploy them properly, they did get some depth, and I think Nurkic is a little better than Ayton right this second. So I'm kind of inconclusive on the Suns. I think if I had to give them grades, the Bucks I would give an A+. I don't care. Like, you could say that it's concerning or whatever because we lost J-Rue, but I think it's an A+ move. That's a winning ass move, and that brings not only lightens the load on Giannis, but shit makes him want to stay. A+. Like, don't even care. And they didn't have to really give up anything. Like, Drew Holiday, yes, but nothing else. Oh my God, I cannot score against fucking Horace Grant. Yes, okay, I agree. I would say as of right now, Nurkic is a little bit better than DeAndre Ayton from what we've seen from DeAndre Ayton. Right? But I don't think it's really... There we go. Oof. Like, I don't think it's as much as people say. People are saying Nurkic is, like, significantly better than Ayton. I think Ayton just hasn't had the right coaching to really pop him off. So I think this was looking like the year that Ayton was going to kind of pop off a little bit. So, oh, Jesus. So I would give them like a C, just because Nurkic could be an improvement on DeAndre Ayton. I'm just not really sure. So I would give them probably like a C, because they did add some depth, and if they're able to like take Keon Johnson, let him play and flip him for a veteran, I think that'll help quite a bit. Nasir Little is decent for depth, so like I think they got well. I would give the Trailblazers an A, honestly, as well. Because I think they were in such a fucking terrible situation with Damian Lillard, and all things considered, the value that they got for him, although not like what you would typically expect from like a Damian Lillard type player, for the situation, I think it's about the best amount of value that they could possibly get. Set themselves up with a former top 5 pick that has some promise still, and Ayton. In addition to that, set themselves up with Drew Holiday that can bring them more stuff in the trade market when they get rid of them, and set themselves up with 3 more than likely upper first round picks in the future, but still kind of the nearest future. So I think they did about as well as anyone. And they got another random like second round pick guy that was just drafted last year that could be okay. Like, we just don't know. So I love what they did from the Blazers' perspective. Like, I think that was excellent for them. We gave up Grayson, who's been starting for us, but I was ready to ship him out. Yeah, yeah. And that's I forgot about Grayson. Like, I keep forgetting to bring him into the mix with Phoenix. Like, I just don't think Phoenix needed more fucking guards. Like, that's the thing I don't think they needed. They just, like, did not need any more small guards. And they brought in 2 more. Like, you know, it's just like, God damn, dude. I get you had to get the trade done and everything. But, like, why? Why are you bringing in 2 more small guards? Oh, my God. Dude, I cannot score on Horace Grant and fucking Rafer Alston and John Starks. Like, it's just not happening. The CPU got a heavy contest off of one of the people on the court. Yes. Yeah. Good stuff. Bobby Jackson can't get past Rafer, honestly, pissing me off, dude. I'm getting mad. There we go. Pre-injury Nurkic was God. Yeah, and the Heat want Holiday. I don't know if the Blazers are going to trade Holiday to the Heat, though. I just don't think they have enough. Like, I think there's other teams in the league that'll put together a better package. Like, what do the Heat have to give? That's the huge problem with the Heat, and I think people don't understand that, is they don't have shit. Like, what do they have exactly? Oh, my God. See, every fucking time you just lightly brush against that right stick, bro, while you're playing defense, and it swipes at the ball, and you're fucked. You're getting scored on. And the CPU never does that, so, like, you can't even count on that. It's like, oh, well, it happened to me. There you go, Lafonso. Good move. I think the Sixers will go for Drew. Jamie Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, and a pick. Honestly, that's a good haul for Drew Holiday, though. You're right about that. Jovic is young with a lot of... oh, my God, bro. See, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, right when I'm about to... Ooh, I'm getting pissed off right now. Like... Yeah, like, I think that's a decent haul. Like, I don't know about Jaquez. I think he's just a little overblown by Heat fans. But Jovic, I think, played really good in the FIBA Cup, and you get, like, a first-round pick in the mix, too. Like, you're looking at some decent draft capital, some decent prospects. For Drew Holiday, not bad. I think it's pretty decent. Get Horace Grant. Oh, my God, I fucking knew it. I called it before it even happened, dude. Get the fucking ball, stupid. Oh, my God. Thank you. So that's actually not a bad. I guess that's a little bit better. No, oh, my God. No way Rafer Alston is D'ing up LaFonso Ellis like that. Like, that's crazy to me. LaFonso's a whole, like, 5 inches taller than him. Yep. There it is. End it. He didn't even want to give up Caleb Martin. I'm glad they didn't get shit. Yeah. True. They didn't want to give up Caleb Martin. Like, they didn't want to give up Tyler Hero, who's been injured for the last, like, 3 years. Granted, he's still, like, decent, but still. Yeah, he gets traded by a contender. I don't think he even makes it to the deadline. I think he gets traded to a contender before the offseason's over. Honestly, I think he gets traded in the next week or two. Oh, my God. The fact that you play 50 wins for 3 tokens, like, can we just talk about that? Can we talk about how dog shit the actual prizes are for Triple Threat? Like, I know you got to play significantly less, but, like, dude, 5 wins, badge award pack, okay. 5 wins, 500 MT. Like, bro, what? 5 more wins, a badge pack, okay. You have to play 20 wins to get 500 MT. Like, that's nuts. 5 more wins... Like, okay, a diamond shoe, that's okay. 5 more wins, 750. 5 wins in NBA Series 1 unsellable pack. Okay, I guess. 750 for 5 more wins. Now you get 1,000. Hell yeah, for 5 wins. And then after 5 more wins, you get 3 tokens. Okay. Then it starts to get a little bit better, but it's still just like, dude, having to play this many games and you're getting shit like 4 tokens and 3,000 MT is crazy to me, you know? Like, that's such dog shit prizes. 500 MT. You get almost twice that. Yeah, you literally get almost twice that by just playing a triple threat game. Sorry, who do we think is traded in a week? Drew Holiday. I think Drew Holiday is not going to make it, like, a week or 2 weeks, like, before he's traded. At least I don't think. Then again, I don't really know how NBA trade rules really work at this point, so maybe he has to wait a little bit. I honestly have no idea. But, like, my point is, like, he's not making it a week or 2 weeks past when he's able to be traded, I guess is what I'm saying. Where do you think Drew will go? There's if nothing happens with the 76ers, like if nothing else occurs with them, I think he goes to the Sixers. That's just my thought on it. But that does take into consideration like what happens with Harden and stuff. So if it's not him, oh my God, bro, why has the CPU just been cracking consistent 3-pointers on me, dude? Like, it's honestly super annoying. Break. Oh, cash. Kind of like that. For who, though? Harden? Blazers don't want Harden. No, I think they'll give up draft capital, future draft capital, and, like, somebody that they can swing for more picks or something. Like, maybe, like, they'll give up Maxey or something for him. That would be my guess. And they have a history of making trades together, so I don't know. Just seems accurate. They'll give up some pick swaps or some shit, like, in the future. Because Trailblazers, they can load up with, like, first-round picks and pick swaps for, like, you know, between 2028 and 2030. They'll be looking good. They'll be looking solid. Oh, my God. What the fuck y'all want, man? Jesus fucking Christ. These annoying-ass motherfuckers always need some shit from me, dude. I swear. 3 teams. Clip Blazers, 76ers. Yeah, I could see that. Harden in the fat suit. Bulls should go all in for J-Rue. I agree to a certain extent, but also I think I'm just too apathetic as a Bulls fan, man. Like, I just don't know. Why are we going? You know, I don't think we should go in for anyone at all at this point, you know? Because it's just like, what does this team really, what are we really able to do with the squad that we have? Like, I don't think Drew Holiday puts us over the needle. Honestly, we still have some glaring issues. Like, we have depth problems. We have an oft-injured fucking entire squad, basically, which is really unfortunate. Drew Holiday does give us, like, a nice defender and a point guard, but, like, you know, still questions about Patrick Williams. We're really bad at the power forward position, especially if he keeps getting injured. Vucevic is older. You know, he's going out of there. How much mileage does DeMar have left? Honestly, we need to blow the fucking team up is what we need to do instead of trading for, like, Drew Holiday. Because, like, what does Drew Holiday really do for us? I mean, he touched it while it was out of bounds, but go off game. That's fine. Okay, Jesus Christ, I hate this game. Yeah, okay, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, DeMar, but you don't know ball. Like, dude, okay. I've used this Emerald Kevin Garnett a bunch of times, and I swear to God, the CPU, something's wrong with the CPU. Like, this Kevin Garnett should not be getting paint stops like this. He should not be fast. Like, I just think the All-Star CPU is broken. Yeah, I mean, I love DeMar DeRozan, I do, and I love that he's on the Bulls. He is my favorite player on the Bulls currently right now. But at the end of the day, we do not have a championship roster. Like, we don't. I wish I could be one of those delusional Bull fans that think we do, but I just don't see it. So, it's the unfortunate reality. Good shot. So, I kind of wish that we did have a roster that can compete, but we just don't. I mean, we are lacking a point guard. That's definitely our biggest Achilles heel, but our depth is terrible, man. Like, we have such bad bench depth. Like, dude, I just don't know how anybody can look at our team and think we have okay depth, man. It's, like, really bad. I'm getting fucking tired of this shit. Anyways. Like, our roster, man, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of it at this point. So, in the hypothetical, I mean, I feel we'd have to give up, like, AO. We'd have to give up picks and stuff for Drew Holiday, and I just don't think that's worth it. But realistically, I mean, what's our starting lineup? Who's our starting point guard at this point? I honestly don't even know. I mean, I guess it would be... Would it be Caruso? I mean, he technically plays shooting guard for us. Is it fucking Javon Carter? Like, or Kobe White? Or Io? Like, are those our... Oh, God, gross. Anyways, our bench depth just isn't good. I like Torrey Craig on the squad. Torrey Craig's kind of decent, but he's 32 years old, so I don't know why the hell we picked him up for $2 million. I mean, it's a decent snag. We could trade him to a contender if we really needed to, but, like, Drummond, Javonte Green, like, Carlick Jones... Yeah, gross. We picked up that Julian Phillips kid from Tennessee, though. I actually like him. Like, I think he's decent. I was a big fan of that draft pick, honestly. I thought that was a good one. Julian Phillips might be nice, dude. He might be decent. I fuck with him heavy. So we should keep him. Like Marko Simovic, Justin Lewis from Marquette, Terry Taylor, Dalen Terry, who I'm not sold on, Kobe White. Like, I don't know, dude. Our depth is looking gross as shit, man. I'm just not a fan. Dude, we need to blow it up. We do. And it's not just like me being a hater, too. I think that's best for everyone on the team, too. Because, DeMar, do you really want to waste the twilight years of your career fucking off on the Bulls getting a... Oh, my God. Russell Westbrook has like a 50-something three-pointer. Get the fuck out of here. This is just current series Russ, by the way, who just splashed that on me. This game is pain. Oh, yeah, and then Bobby Jackson bricks it, of course, so that's cool. Real disappointing there. Why are you cutting, you fucking idiot? It's supposed to be a pump fake, but go off. I'm a Bulls fan and think they will be fighting for a play-in spot with a second-round exit. Exactly. If you're having issues making layups, you can turn layup timing off. Especially if you're having issues where you're like consistently bricking wide open layups, which is an issue that I've seen. You can just turn layup timing off. That'll at least make sure and guarantee you that you can... oh my God, that's not a block. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's not a block. Oh my God. Alvin Adams, you fucking idiot. Good shot. I turned that off. Yeah. But yeah, the Bulls are just... We're not in a good position. We don't even have like really good young talent. Look at Kevin Garnett. Like, I got to see the team comparison. The box score for Garnett. Like, 4 rebounds. He's just making a lot of defensive effort. But like Russell Wilson, Jesus Christ. Russell Westbrook hitting that three-pointer on me was debilitating. Because it's just current series, you know? I'm just going to paint sit super hard. I'm not letting you fucking idiots score. I was going to say, if Garneezy hit that, I would be upset. That's just a regular pass. Why are you bobbling it, you know? There you go. Oh, my God. What the fuck, dude? This game, man. I literally jumped perfectly. What? Oh. Yo, sometimes you just play this game and the game wants you to lose. Like, I have no other explanation for the bullshit that just happened right there. So not only do I perfectly time that rebound and still don't get it for some reason, then I don't get the behind the back block. Yo, that's just crazy to me. He's going to hit it. Oh my God. I think if I didn't contest that, yo, he hits that. Give me a screen. I'm hitting the Alvin Adams midi. Oh my God, no Alvin Adams middies. Yes. They literally script stuff for the AI. I really feel like they do sometimes because it's just kind of like, yo, you could just be playing so well and it just like won't happen. Well, looks like I'm seeing a video right now of James Harden having a giant party at what appears to be a club or strip club of some sort. And people are holding up Daryl Morey as a liar sign. So, yeah, he might be on his way out, actually. So, maybe you guys are right. Maybe they should just take Drew Holiday. And then the Trailblazers can float Harden somewhere else. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, the Heat fans, man, just losing their fucking mind, dude. Oh, it's good. I like that. I like that. I like to see it, man. I like to see it. It's fantastic to see, truly. It's just good stuff. Watching the Heat fan meltdown, dude. Loving it, honestly. It's making me incredibly happy right now. Yeah, buddy. It's good. New rules. He has to show up to training camp to be a free agent. Sick. I'm going to get Daryl Morey as a liar tattooed in Mandarin. Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, it was all over TikTok for sure, which is sick. He was at a strip club in Houston, actually. Is that Odell Beckham? Is my boy ODB there? Oh my God, awesome. People are drinking syrup at the club too. James Harden is having a blast, bro. James Harden's straight cooking out there in the streets. Like, he's having a fun time. I want to be done with salary cap, bro. This game I just won a game and I'm 11 points off from Joakim. Yeah, dude, that shit sucks. That happens to me often. And it is inherently frustrating for sure. Because it's just kind of like, damn, bro. Like, why's it got to be like that? Ooh, Bobby Jackson just broke you off. Pussy, take that. Ugh, love it. Salary capping, dude. Look at Alvin Adams. I don't even know why I'm using Alvin Adams. I feel like I could get just as much production from using, like, any other card. I don't know, dude. It just feels right. I'm sorry. Who just set? Terrence Williams just set the most effective screen I've quite literally ever seen. Joakim is fire, yes. Who the fuck is that? There we go. LaFonso, good shit. I keep wanting to say Monte Ellis, but I've just trained my brain. Is there a good method for all-time Dom? I mean, if there is, like, I don't know what it is. I really wish I could help, but a game mode is just toxic to a level that, like, I can't explain fully, you know? Good shit. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. There is definitely people who... I mean, the pick and roll, obviously, is going to be your best friend in that situation. How are you not getting rebounds, Alvin Adams? You're off the team after this game. I mean it. Like, there should be no reason you're getting out-rebounded consistently by Terrence Williams. Like, it's actually pissing me off. There we go, finally. The CPU is just so relentless, man. There you go. Shaq makes all-time Dom easy, yeah. I have T-Mac. Current gen, all defensive lineup, spam triangle cuts all game, and manually contest everything. I'm literally getting abused by gold Terrence Williams. Like, you know what's really inherently frustrating? When you're playing against the CPU and the CPU starts abusing backdoor cuts. And you're just like, oh, okay. That's cool. That was the one thing I had on you. Dude, come on. There's no way. Like, that shit pisses me off. Like, under what circumstances, Bobby Jackson, did you have to bring the entire squad over to contest my shot? The AI is learning. They've been doing that shit since last year, honestly. It used to make me mad as hell last year, too. Oh, my God. There's only 3 diamonds so far. How have you damn near all diamond squad? No, he said damn near all amethyst squad. With diamond Kyrie, is what he said. There we go. I mean, it's hard for me. My team is not almost... I have 1 amethyst. Like, I only have Kemp, dude. I have no one else. Everyone else on my team is rubies. Like, even if I wanted to go buy some players, like, literally, I could only afford to buy 2 amethysts at this point. So it is kind of difficult if you don't open packs. If you don't, you know. Probably cost me $50. Yeah, for sure. If not more, honestly. because none of the cards are grindable, so you don't get to have any relief of the MT burden. There we go. Get it? Alvin Adams. Dude, Alvin Adams, you're an idiot, bro. Like, what is wrong with you? Oh, my God. I might even have to go play online because I'm getting so pissed off playing offline. I was cruising through, like, on All-Star difficulty for, like, you know, probably 20 wins, honestly. And then, like, over the past, like, 3 or 4, man, I've just been having a really rough time. I feel like they've turned it up quite a bit. They, like, are trying to punish me actively right now. I think 2K needs to understand that, like, only 1% of the player base at the absolute maximum enjoys playing what is essentially basketball Dark Souls. Like, we don't need a Souls-like level of difficulty in the basketball game. Like, Jesus Christ, it's an E for everyone game, and 2K's two biggest problems are difficulty and over-monetization. It's actually hilarious when you think about it. Because it's just like, they literally, like, it is an E for everyone sports title. And also, like, the player base is honestly part of the issue, too. Because, like, if you talk to your average dipshit Twitter person, like, they'll be like, yo, games aren't supposed to be easy, bro. You want to be handheld? Like, bro, this is an E for everyone basketball title. This is not fucking, like, oh, God. Like, it's so irritating. Like, it's not Lies of P. It's not, Chivalry. Like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, go play one of those sweaty ass games if you want something like that, man. Like, it's a basketball video game, like, inherently for children. Like, I don't really understand. Yeah, of course they agree, because they can charge people to, like, do their 12-0 for them. Like, there's always an angle here. There should be no reason that 12-0 should ever come back. Like, if they have unlimited and then they have, like, a separate mode that's, like, the sweatiest mode in existence, then they can have 12-0 back. But here's what would happen is no one would ever play it, because, like, the only people who would be trying to go 12-0 are literally people who take the game uber serious, and they would never go 12-0 because the only other people in there would be people taking the game uber serious. 12-0 was the worst. Like, honestly, that was the worst system in the world. Like, a system that only benefited, like, 0.05% of people who played the game. Super stupid. 7 of which are 2-starred. God damn. I was getting pissed at 2K. My dad was like a 9-year-old is making you mad. Yeah, dude. That's the thing, is I just feel like people kind of, that's how sports games used to be back in the day. I think people don't understand that. Is back in the day, sports games weren't sweaty like this. Like, majority of people who played sports games were, like, children and people who were just big fans of the sport. There's no way that Craig Hodges got that rebound after 2 blocks. That's nuts. Like, people get to, oh my God. Ty said there's not enough competitiveness in the limited. We need more of it? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, truly. That's dumb as hell. I really hate to say that, but that take is awful. Like, yeah, there's not enough competitiveness in unlimited for you. Like, dude, come on, man. If you're not the best My Team player in the world, like, you're, like, top 2 or 3, of course it's not competitive enough for you, obviously. Yeah, dude, if you're, like, a top 5 player in the world, there's never gonna be a time where it's not competitive enough. Like, what do you mean? Like, if you're a top 5 player in the world and you have the best possible team in the game, like, yeah, dude, like, it's not, there's not going to be any time period there's enough competitiveness for you. Like, just go play Players Lounge tournaments. Like, that's all you can really do to get that competitive level. Alvin Adams' jump shot is horrendous. Oh, spin move. No way. That was excellent. Alvin Adams. Oh, my God. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I play Unlimited quite a bit. I think there's a lot of competitiveness in Unlimited. Like, it's actually fucking annoying. Like, I want the opposite, in fact. Like, I just want, like, it to be less competitive. Like, I want to, like, relax when I play this game sometimes. Dude, I can't score this last point. Like, Shit, dude, I think the fucking CPU is too competitive in places, right? I miscounted 11 games away, 9 of which are 2-star. God damn. I got 10K in debt. I'm surviving off vibes right now. I feel you, dude. I'm right there with you right now. 100%. I think there should be 2 modes: green remove sweatfest and a normal, because everything. Yeah, here's what's gonna happen though. I agree with your sentiment, but what's gonna end up happening is that green or miss sweatfest mode. The only people that will consistently play it are like the top 1% of players. Everybody else, like wannabe sweatlord guys, will play it initially, and then they'll run into like the same problem that like us kind of trash more casual adjacent players run into, which is we try to play unlimited and just get bodied, and it's not fun, and we don't have any fun, and we just like hate our lives. And then they'll come trickle over to the other unlimited mode so they can beat up on people and like feel better about themselves, and then that mode will die. Like, you know, so like we're gonna run into basically the same problem. Finally got Joakim, hell yeah. I'm gonna say, you can't even relax in the offline because you're playing against the 96 Bulls every game. Yeah. Yeah, I understand what Ty's saying for sure. Because like all the comp guys, they want like a hardcore mode to play. And if you're that good, like unlimited is not like a hardcore mode. But if you're not that good at the game, like if you're not a top 1% player, unlimited still is like a sweaty ass mode for you. So, you know, I don't know what to tell you at this point. They don't need to introduce more competitiveness into unlimited though. Like, I think a lot of it stems from the fact that some players, when they play 2K, are so good at the game that they know that if 2K were to take out all the hand holding that occurs for like other players, like the algorithm, the whites dropping in, etc., that they would never lose a game ever. And I think that's what they want, obviously. But like running a live service title, you need shit like that, or else people will stop playing. Like, because pretty soon you're not gonna win every game, because the only people left on the game are gonna be people just as sweaty as you, and eventually you're gonna start losing games because of it. I mean, someone like Tire Splash probably doesn't, but I'm talking about like your average like Twitter sweat, you know. I need a new apartment, dude. I fucking did all the things that are happening to you are happening to me as well. Divisions would work, but it's a lot of online infrastructure that 2K would have to introduce, and I'm just not sure that they care enough to do it. Though I do think it benefits them, so I think it's something they should definitely look into for sure. But yeah, like an online division system would definitely work. Like, it would definitely be something that would help them. There's no way around that. I think that's pretty on point. Like, the division situation would help, but I mean, they kind of tried to do that already to a certain extent, you know? Like, they already kind of did that the last couple years. Granted, it was like a level up system. I don't know how they would do it. I mean, they already technically have divisions with the skill-based matchmaking. It just doesn't work very well. Yeah, someone said, I can't remember, that they want all modes to be on Hoff because it's too easy in my team, and they want everything to be green or miss. I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah, dude, that's fucking stupid. Yeah, that's what a sports game should be about. Just chill and relax, like, play the sport that you love, you know? Like, it shouldn't be about glory and sweating your ass off 24/7. Like, that's not what a sports title is. And from a company perspective, that doesn't make them money. So, like, that doesn't make sense from their end either, you know? So it doesn't benefit anybody to put everything on Hoff, dude. You know how small the fucking player base would be if they did that? Oh my God. I just think a lot of people who say things like that don't think of like the overarching consequences to doing things of that nature. Like, it will take 25 minutes, 30 minutes to find a game in any online mode that you play if everything's on Hoff, because every person who plays this game, even remotely casually, will stop playing it instantaneously. Like, that's just how it is. I do agree, though. I want to be able to shoot full courts and put in cheat codes for half-court dunks and domination. Yeah, just, like, shit like that, which, I mean, you could technically do in, like, I'm sorry, did Fred VanVleet just block my power forward? Okay, cool. Yeah, they've lost so many casuals already, like, true casuals. How many of them are left and playing consistently? Yeah, if you play the game over, I've said it before, if you play the game over like 7 hours a week, you're no longer a casual, you're a 2K head. So that's the other thing. I've talked about it a bunch. The average comp guy who talks about casuals is literally not referring to a true casual. They're referring to like a 2K sweat that are casuals to them because they're not comp, but really they play the game 25 hours a week, but probably play the game 50 hours a month at the bare minimum. Like those aren't casuals. Those are not casual players. Like they don't casually play 2K. They take 2K hella fucking serious. They're just not as good as you. So I don't know. The definition needs a little work for sure. 2K made the more rewarding offline modes hard as fuck. They completely monetize the difficulty to force you to buy MT. Yeah, they've been doing that for years. That's no different. I mean, the Spotlight Sims in 2K20 were brutally hard. Like they were incredibly difficult. The thing is everyone just had quick through STS, so nobody realized how actually difficult they were. But without quick through STS, like they were brutally difficult for sure. Good job, Rayon. Allen Iverson, yeah, dude, like it happens, you know. Get the ball, sir. Good shot. But yeah, I mean, they've lost so many casual players over the years for sure. And I mean, you can talk about a variety of different factors as to why that is, but I think a lot of why that is because the My Team game mode is just so fucking hard all the time. Online, offline, it doesn't matter. There's brutal difficulty spikes, and there's really no way to change it outside of spending money. And that's like one of the biggest issues, I think. And it affects so much of the gameplay, the brutal difficulty spikes. Like I think people just don't think about it like that. Because a lot of people, especially if you look on like Twitter, Reddit's actually a lot better than Twitter. I think Reddit gets like a bad rep as far as like the My Team community, but like Reddit's less unhinged than Twitter with a lot of the takes. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like I think a lot of the things that we have issues with in My Team stem directly from the overall difficulty of the game in general, right? All-time dom is so ridiculous. Like who is that for exactly? Because we're already at the point where all-time dom doesn't matter for the people who would be able to beat it. Like, you know, the people who would realistically be able to beat it, those cards aren't top tier rewards anymore, so does it really matter? You know? That's supposed to be an entry level mode for people to get into the game. That's how dom always was. Like now, think about it from 2K's perspective. Like you get someone who gets the game for Christmas, right? And they're like, well, I want to try My Team. It's been a couple years since I've played My Team. Like whatever, I'll hop in there. And then they're looking at everything they can do, and they're like, all right, man, I'll play Domination because that seems like the grind mode that's for me. And then you're like, well, I actually want to get rewarded, so I have to play it on 3 stars because or else you just don't get anything. And then you play it on 3 stars, and you're like, okay, how the hell am I supposed to beat this team on superstar difficulty by 15 with my starter squad? I can't. And in 2K's mind, they're like, well, in that case, like somebody's going to go spend money to get players to make their team better. But they're probably not. They maybe spend a little bit of money to get like one player, and then they realize that shit still doesn't mean anything, and then they just stop playing. It's stupid and short-sighted. You need good players to play offline. If you're not, you get cooked. Yeah, it's dumb as hell. Like it's supposed to be the complete opposite of that. You're supposed to drive majority of your sales through people wanting. It's kind of like a short-term solution versus long-term, right? Like 2K's banking that they can kind of trick people into spending money so that they don't like get fucked over. But what that's going to end up doing is it's going to cause people to never spend money again because they're going to feel fleeced by you. Like the impression that like an average person would get from playing My Team right now, like especially from like Domination, is kind of just like, okay, well, this mode sucks ass. And then next year when it comes out, they're like, well, I'm not going to play that because that was terrible last year. Like it was too hard. I'm not going to touch that mode. So it's very short-sighted by them from a financial standpoint, in addition to being just dumb as hell, honestly. The only 2K that I had a hard time playing Hall of Fame. I agree, yeah. And people online used to like to do this thing all the time. You see it on Twitter, where they'll just tell people they're trash for complaining about the difficulty. And I'm like, okay, the point was never that, like, it's unbeatable. Yeah, people can beat it. That's not the point. The point is, why is it so difficult for no reason? Like, who is this for, dude? I love when people are like, you're just trash, and then you'll be like, oh, did you beat all-time Dom? And they'll be like, I'm not playing all-time Dom. Why would I play that? And I'm like, yeah, you're kind of proving my point right now. Like, why would you play it? So why is it so fucking hard, dude? Because you're the person that would play a mode that difficult, you know? I don't know. I hate complaining about this because I complain about it every single year, but god damn, dude, it's annoying. Like, every year they do the same shit. Just, why is it so difficult all the time? Just make it not be difficult. I got 525. That's lit. It doesn't need to be like this. It really doesn't, man. Without the top cards, it's absolutely impossible. Agreed. And that's their goal. Their goal is to make it impossible without the top cards so that you're inclined to go spend money to get better cards. What they don't understand, though, is like, there's two different kinds of people who play domination. There's people who are going to play domination because they want whatever reward it is. But if they go spend a bunch of money and they have better cards than that anyway, what's the point, you know? Like, if somebody spent a bunch of money to get Shaq, $200 to get Shaq, like, what's the fucking point of going to get Pau Gasol, who's going to be outdated in a week anyway? Technically, he's already outdated because Anthony Davis is better than him. And, like, you could make the case that, like, Kemp is up there, too. So it's like he's already kind of outdated. Like, from being, like, one of the best cards in the game perspective anyway. Right? And then there's the people who just play it because they're like, I want to play basketball. And then you go play that shit and you realize, like, it's impossible. And, yeah, you could play it on pro the entire way up. And, like, I'm sure you might have fun there, but you're not getting rewarded. Like, you can't even get a fucking 79 overall gold for playing it on 1 star. Like, that's crazy, you know? Like, you don't get a single player for beating the entire thing on 1 star, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's nuts. I don't get it. Yeah, I mean, it's stupid and short-sighted. I just don't think they understand. Like, for a company that makes so much money, they're actually really bad at it sometimes. And, like, when I say that, I just mean, like, I'm not a marketing specialist, right? I didn't go to school for this shit. I'm not that smart when it comes to this, but it's just, like, so patently obvious to me that they could do things that would make them more money easier, and they just do them the dumbest possible way. My theory is that they're making the offline mode so hard to force people to play online. I mean, yes, that is partial. That's partial, but that really only works with people who are going to be, like, 2K people anyway, you know? Like, that doesn't work to a lot of people that don't normally play 2K or play my team like that. Like, it's not going to work. Like, that only works on the most hardcore of the player base. Because I think they just don't understand, like, the brain chemistry of your average person. Your average person isn't going to go online, get smacked by a dude who's like XX unstrippable X, get pause flashed the entire time, like dudes flopping all over the court, up by 50. You know, if you quit, you don't know that at the time, but you probably quit a couple times. Now you're banned from playing offline or online, so you're just like, what the fuck? That person's not going to go spend money to get better. Like, only a small portion of people are going to have that mentality where it's like, well, I need to go spend some money and get better players so I can win. Most people are just, like, not going to play anymore. They're just going to stop. So, yeah, most casual players just fucking quit, dude. And that's, like, money off the table. Because the people who would think to themselves, like, oh, man, if I just, like, go spend some money real quick, have a better team, like, I'll have a better chance to win. Those people were always going to spend money on the game. Those people have already made that decision subconsciously to spend money on this game before they even got to this point, right? So the idea is to get people who normally wouldn't spend money on the game to spend money on the game, and you do that by creating a fun environment where they want to spend money. Like, you don't do that by difficulty forcing them into spending money. Not only is that incredibly scummy, it just, like, doesn't work for the ends that you want it to. Like, it's going to trick people who take the game seriously, but like I said, those people were always going to spend money anyway, but it alienates so many new customers that could potentially be spending money on the game, but you've given them no reason to do so at this point. Like, you might get 1 or 2 purchases off those people for small amounts of VC or MT, but then you've basically made it so that for the next couple years, they probably won't give you any money whatsoever. Like, that's the reality of it. Good shot. Katana doesn't live with me anymore. I talk about this all the time. I'm not mad at you or anything. I just, I don't like talking about it. Finally getting a sleeve on my left arm tonight. Worth taking the pain meds. No, I mean most tattoo artists will use like numbing cream and stuff, and honestly, people will talk about how like you're a pussy for using numbing cream. I think it's dumb as fuck. Like I think people just are idiots for the most part and just want to make themselves feel special. Take the fucking numbing cream, dude. Like Jesus Christ. This is one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to like tattoo bros and girls. Just be like, bro, I die. You use numbing cream? Shut the fuck up, dude. You idiot. Everyone's pain receptors are different. You fucking loser. So, no, you should be fine, honestly. You'd want to take it afterwards anyway, because it's just kind of like it's irritating less than it's actually painful. Oh, it's all good, man. I still see her all the time, but yeah, when me and the ex separated, she kept the cats. So, both of them. So I have neither of them anymore. It's pretty cool. My life sucks. My pain tolerance is decent, but I'm definitely going to have a meal tonight. Yeah, definitely eat and definitely drink a good amount of water for sure. That's kind of people's biggest mistake most of the time. Who is number 3, by the way? Who am I getting cooked by? Who is that? Who is number 3? Damon Stoudemire? Damon Stoudemire locking me down is crazy. Oh my God. I gotta see the team comparison real quick. Yeah, dude, the amount that the CPU shoots 62% over me and somehow out rebounds me by 3 rebounds, even though they are literally rocking 3 guards, 3-point guards, I should say, is kind of crazy. Like the amount of situations that I'm in while I'm playing this game where like I have to shoot a 3 down 18 to 20 is crazy. Dude, shot. The Mighty Mouse, Damon, hell yeah. I have 2 sleeves and didn't use any numbing. Yeah, that's my point. Like, it's cool if you don't have to use it or don't use it, but it's like people who get all aggro about it and be like, yeah, dude, you use it, you're like a pussy. And I'm just like, I've never used it either. Like, but it's just like, I don't shame people for using numbing cream. Like, it's fucking weird. Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball. Thank you, God. Bobby Jackson, end it. Oh my God, 2 shots in a row that I know were green. And they kill me. Oh my God, dude. I haven't. No, I don't. I really don't have any money to buy any new games right now. I need to like save as much money as humanly possible. So, like. Oh my God, there's no fucking way I'm getting hoed like this right now. I hate this fucking game. Remember Damon went through the airport with weed wrapped in tinfoil? Yeah, he's dumb as fuck for that, but honestly, it's kind of funny. I don't know, dude, but I'm really pissed off by that game. That game irritated the fuck out of me. Like, I shot relatively well, except Bobby Jackson was 0 for 5 for some reason. But, like, Anthony Simons, gold Damon Stoudemire, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like, Damon Stoudemire put up 5 rebounds on me and shot 4 for 6 from the field. Like, look at the team comparison versus 3-point guards. That's crazy. They scored 18 points in the paint on me, dude. This is what I talk about when I talk about the difficulty. Like, that should never happen. The fact that you get out-rebounded is crazy. That's super frustrating, honestly. Like, that makes me hella mad. Because I'm just kind of like, why? No, I'm not going to try to score against Kareem. How good was Mehmet Okur? Mehmet Okur was actually really solid. Yeah. He was like, I'm going to get slayed for saying what I'm about to say right now, but he was like, think about what Embiid does now, and he was kind of like a prototype, a way worse version of what Embiid does, but he was like a kind of a prototype to what Embiid did. Like, no lie, obviously much worse version, but like 2007, 2008, 2009, he was really solid. He never scored, obviously, the MVP level points that Embiid did. Obviously, he was worse at every facet, but it's kind of just like what he used to do for Utah from like 2005 to like 2008 or 9 is just like a broke-ass version of what Embiid did. So he was a good stretch big body, used to rebound pretty well, was an effective pick-and-roll guy. He could handle a little bit, actually, believe it or not. Like a watered down Embiid, yeah. I would say that's kind of what I would say he was like, honestly. Like a way worse version of like what Embiid does. I think that's kind of on point, honestly. I'm gonna get beat by this team. I just know it. LeBron eats me alive every time I fucking play him, dude. It's infuriating. All right, come on, get busy with it. There you go. Step up. All right. Fonzo, Cash. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's good shit. That was actually pretty good, honestly. That was pretty fire. What was I doing? I was doing something. Oh, yeah. I have to post this because I've been telling myself I need to post it from this point forward. And Embiid in his last years past his prime. Yeah. I mean, I would say that's kind of accurate. Like the Embiid in the like twilight of his career, you know, at the end, you know. Sorry, I'm just posting my donation link. I always forget to do it. I forgot the entire stream. I keep saying scream for some reason. I don't know what my deal is, dude. I think it's just because I've been streaming and doing videos quite a bit over the last couple of days, so I've been talking to myself like crazy, but it's caused me to like fuck up words all the time. There we go. I have not been sleeping very well either, though. That's probably it. Like, I've been staying up till like 3 a.m. and waking up at like noon. Depression sleeping, you know? So. Or I remember Matt. Yeah, Matt was gas. I wish he would be in 2K because I feel like he would be so good in the early game 2K. I told you LeBron was going to eat me alive. He does this every time. Like, he would be so much fun in the early game of 2K. Honestly. Fuck off, LeBron. Like, the CPU, none of these guys have clamps. Not one. Well, LeBron might have bronze clamps. I don't know. Jaylen Brown, I think, has bronze clamps. But, like, Derrick Rose for sure doesn't. And he's got a low-ass perimeter defense rating, but God forbid if Bobby Jackson's fast ass can't just drive past him at any time. Oh, yeah, Rasheed would be incredible, too. Like, Rasheed would be fantastic in my team. In 2K in general, he'd be great. He would have been incredibly good in this era. I don't know what's going on, but I cannot shoot with Bobby Jackson at this current moment. We didn't compare Mehmet to Embiid. What I said is that Mehmet is like a broke-ass version of like what Embiid does, which I stand firm on. What base would Mehmet have? That's a good question. Honestly, I have no idea. Embiid, honestly, I would have to look at like Embiid shooting or Embiid. I would have to look at like Mehmet Okur shooting because I could not tell you what his jump shot looks like from back in the day. Like, dude, there's no way. And he's going to get the board. Oh, my God. See, 100% smothered, dude. That's fucked up. And that's 0% smothered. See, the contest system is just broken. This game is ridiculous. It artificially fucking spikes difficulty for no reason. Like that. Like, there's no way he should be getting these contests on these layups. Like, these are wide open layups. True. Like, this game is just broken. Like, honestly, it is. And it's not broken in the sense that they have coded it wrong or that it's fucked up. It's broken in the sense that these things that they do are on purpose. Like, these artificial difficulty spikes, like the contest system, the CPU is just, like, specifically supposed to be annoying. I don't even know. We might get PDs in Season 3, I would guess, probably. That it would make sense if the season 3 and 4 were the PD seasons. Oh my God. See, like, Derrick Rose has like 5 fucking rebounds against me, dude. Derrick Rose literally has 3 boards. Like, dude, this is the shit I'm talking about. Like, this is what happens to me when you play the high level CPU. And God forbid if they ever leave you alone. But yeah, so it makes sense. Like PD season 3 and 4, and then Opal 5 and 6, and then Dark Matter 7 and 8. But I don't think they'll wait on power scaling like that. I think it would be PD 3, Opal 4, Opal 5, and then 6, 7, 8 will be Dark Matter seasons. You know. Shot. Oh. Why does Alfonso Ellis never go for rebounds? Water. 66 3-pointer. Water. I'm surprised. Good shot, Ray Allen. Cash money. Hell yeah. Play co-op. I'm about to get off stream in a second, but I am going to be live on Twitch a little later, so. So I'll be double streaming today. Good shot, Ray. Dude, come on. Slightly late my ass, bro. Range extender just feels like it doesn't do shit this year. I mean, I know they nerfed the fuck out of it at the beginning of the year, but come on, man. I might, yeah. I mean, I spent this whole stream playing Triple Threat offline, which is something I literally never do. Derrick Rose has like 5 rebounds. I think it's crazy to me. Good shot. I just feel like there's no reason that I should be breaking this much. It's like, well, this is green or miss. Why would anyone really want to, realistically, like, why would anyone want to play green or miss? Like, green or miss sucks ass. Like, I don't understand. Good shot. Oh my god, dude. See, this is what I'm talking about. 2K said we'll control pacing, but if you want a diamond, it's even. Yeah, give us your soul. Yeah, which I mean, if the pacing, like, I don't really mind the pacing of season 1. What I mind is how overpowered Shaq is. Like, and I knew that was gonna happen, but they made him more overpowered than even I thought. And I think that sucks. I think it'll be about the same all year. I think they're just going to scale it up to different gem tiers, but I think realistically everything's going to cost the same. Yeah, green and miss was easier to shoot with last year for sure. So I think a lot of it has to be the scaling green windows, I think, is really irritating this year. I think it'll scale. Like, I think what a diamond costs now is like what a dark matter is going to cost later in the year. 2,500 VC, boy. Nice. And I got 7 Ascension picks. I think Shaq would have been fine if he had like upper 60s, low 70s speed. Like, because that's what the faster centers in the game are. I think that would have been appropriate for him. Like, if he topped out max at like a 74 speed, I think that would be fine for Shaq. And he had like a 70 ball handle, like just so he could push the ball up the floor, but like not at the level he's at right now. And like if you want to give him mid-range shooting, I guess like it's not a big deal. It's kind of hard to use him if you don't, so I get it. I think it's the speed thing really, and not giving him like all the fucking dribble sigs. Like, why does my man have like Curry slide and shit? Like, what is going on? Not that people don't really use those with Shaq anyway. They just pick and roll with him, but it's just kind of the principle of it. Like, why the fuck? You know? Like, why? Why is this a thing? I just don't understand it. Like, it's just weird. It's weirdo behavior. Okay. All right. He runs out of gas so quick. He's good for like 10 to 12 points, and he needs an exhibition. All right, man. Anyways, I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out, man. I'll be back. Like I said, I'll be live on Twitch in a little bit. I did post a donation link at the top, though. If you want to help me out through PayPal, you can do that. That's what's up. It's always in the description of the videos as well. So that's cool. I will catch you guys later. I'll probably be live in like an hour or two. So if you want to hang out with me on Twitch, you can do so. I will post my Twitch link in the chat just in case you're not on Twitch. I'm just trying to stream on both, like as much as humanly possible. So let me post that real quick here. And then, yeah, that's my Twitch link in the chat. But yeah, I'll be live in like a couple hours or whatever. I just got to go run some errands and shit. So I don't know if the premium pass is worth it personally. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now. I think it is monetarily, like it's worth $10, I think, if you're going to spend money anyway. But whatever. But have a good night, you guys. Catch me later if you want to come hang out on Twitch, man. I'll post about it in the community tab. So.